the always reliable conveyor belt award goes to Carson.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Carson.
All right. This person made some of the best catches on the team this year, and you know, I swear every time I was like, oh, that's a turnover, and then he'd catch it, and you know, without fail, you know, I was always surprised. So I should probably stop doubting that he's just going to come up with it every time. And so the Go-Go Gadget Arm Award goes to Eli.
All right.
Hey guys, come on.
All right. For those of you who don't follow the NBA as closely as others, especially in the NBA, they really like to draft players on potential. And one of those players, one of those players is the Greek Freak.
I asked these awards and I just guessed.
So this is a player who, you know, when we first saw him, he had, you know, an incredible amount of potential. And you just look at him and you think, this guy's going to be a great player. And like the Greek Freak, you know, hadn't been playing for very long, but has started to really pick things up. And it's exciting to see that potential starting to come true, especially as he keeps, getting more and more gigantic. And then he is about to explode on the scene next year. So I'm excited to see how the Greek Freak turns out. Zane Dorota.
Oh! He's so large! He powered it! Rota! Good job, Rota. Wait, what basketball player is the Greek Freak?
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Oh yeah, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Milwaukee Bucks.
You know it's in my time.
All right. This was a player that, going into a game, no team that we played knew who he was, which was awesome for us because we could just unleash him on teams, and they kind of wouldn't know what was coming. They you know, when he was on offense, they might line up across him and be like, you're our worst player, you take him. And then on defense, you know, we would kind of have the opposite. We'd be like, hey, he's their best player, go take him. And so I think just the amount of great things he did this season, whether it was actually getting stats like getting a D or a score, or just making life on the other team as hard as possible, was kind of a little secret weapon for us. So the secret weapon award goes to Nick. Babe was gonna get the honorary handler award.
Psych.
For inventing a throw that has stood the test of time. We are retiring from the guillotine. Wait.
It was a forehand.
Oh, it was definitely a forehand.
Yeah.
No, he tried to do a gentle outside in that just ended up Sam, get Castro back in. Alright. So I learned a lot about you guys throughout the season, and some of the other skills you have. And it's fun sometimes to see what skills you have. And then it's also fun to sometimes see what skills you don't have. And so, you know, some of you will be going off and getting summer jobs when the school year ends. And this person, they could just kind of cross this one off their list. They don't need to apply. They're probably not going to get the job. So, the probably doesn't have to worry about having a career as a barber award goes to Turner. All right. Speaking of skills that you guys had, this person on the field, they stood out. They made an instant impression against Ballard with a huge D. They kind of put us all on notice that he was going to be making some big plays this year. But it was really off the field where he shined. The commitment that he showed, and just the level of effort before every single game to make sure that those water bottles were on the bus. The best water boy we'll ever have award goes to Eric.
Eli, Eric was so much better than what he was.
Yeah, Jody was lovely. I don't know about you, Eli. Morgan. Yeah, Morgan.
All of you guys, one of the reasons that our team is so successful is that we play with a lot of confidence. And sometimes that borders on cockiness, but it's good to kind of push those lines. And not just this year, but going back to last year, this player would come up to me and tell me, Coach, I got this. Give it to me. Let's run it for me. Let's run it for me this time. All right? He would just let me know they're putting this chump on me. I got this. Give me the ball. Give me the ball, Coach. I'm gonna score. And so for those of you who are Seahawks fans, this was a while back when we had Matt Hasselbeck as our quarterback. There was a kind of a famous playoff game against the Packers where we won the toss in overtime, and Matt Hasselbeck said, "We want the ball and we're going to score." And so it just kind of reminded me of this player who always came up to me and said, "I'm gonna get this." The Matt Hasselbeck Award goes to John Leslie. No one remembers that. Going back to kind of the off the field skills, and this is a good one. Not everyone was as healthy as they wanted this year. You guys are always had your rollers and your sticks, and you guys are trying to kind of massage out all your kind of bumps and bruises. And one time Carson showed up to a practice, and he was just like, "Coach, I can't do it. I hurt everywhere." And so I was like, "Okay, you should probably sit this one out." And then I look over, and he is just getting worked on by Morgan. And pretty much for the entire practice, Carson got a great kind of sports massage out of Morgan. And so the Team Masseuse Award goes to Morgan. All right. One of the other things that's great about coaching you guys is how easily I can coach you guys and give you guys advice. You'll do something on the field, I'll kind of pull you aside and be like, "Hey, this and this," and you'll be like, "Okay, yes, Coach, yeah, I got it. Sweet, thanks for the help." And this is a player that I've been coaching for a while, 5-6 years, without fail. Just, give some advice. "Yes, Coach. Yes, Coach." As a senior, pull him aside, give him some advice. "Yes, Coach. I got it, Coach." Going through, Seattle invite, playoffs, the entire time. "Yes, Coach." And you always kind of want to pull him aside and be like, "You're gonna start doing this at some point, right?" "Yes, Coach. Yes, Coach." Because I've been saying this like 10 times now. "Yes, Coach. I got it, Coach." But without fail, this person will do their best to do what I tell them to do, and then come back and try to get more help. So the Yes Coach Award goes to Marco.
All right,
It's yes coach, and then a comma.
More like yes, coach. Yes, coach, but I did that.
And then let's keep talking.
Exactly. Sorry, Coach.
All right. This one took me the longest to think of, just because, you know, some players, they're just kind of so solid and, you know, consistent that it's hard to find things about them that really stand out, because they're just so consistent, day to day, year to year, game to game, practice to practice. They're just kind of solid. That's what about them stands out. And so this is someone who's been on the team for 4 years, and you know, those 4 years, nothing really jumps out at you until you realize that he's been that same solid player for 4 straight years. And just that kind of on-the-field quiet leadership has been awesome to see. So my 4-year captain award goes to Henry Reid. All right. Another person who has been on the team a while, and never doubt their intensity. You know, this is a person that you'll know how the team's. If you want to know how the team's doing, just kind of look at them. You'll have a pretty good idea. And sometimes you'll look at him and he'll be super pissed and be like, "Dude, we're winning like 10-4. What's up?" But like, you know, that play didn't go right. That one, oh, we missed that swing. Ah! That hand goes flying. But you know, that kind of intensity is great. You know, we love it. We know, especially when we can kind of harness it for good. And then after practice, he would stay and he would do work. And so I care a lot, but I'm just getting a Schaefer baseball. Some of these come in soon. This is a player who has put in a lot of work to make varsity this year, and didn't really let us down at all. You know, rewarded with his spot on varsity, and definitely kept earning it throughout the year. What was most enjoyable was watching this player play defense and guarding someone going deep. The throw goes up, and he's kind of get excited. You kind of look at the disc, you know, look at the two of them. You're like, oh yeah, this one's going our way, all right? And then as he's running, you know it's coming, and then the big Gabe Jacobson windup and the karate chop at the D. And he might not hit it with his hand, but some part of his arm usually hit the disc. Alright? And those big arms, you know, when you get up that high and you're that tall, you know, it doesn't matter. The other player is just kind of out of the picture. They knew they weren't getting it. So the karate chop award goes to me.
That's what happens. You get spin straps. You just kind of gotta.
Eyes closed, just
All right. This is another player who, kind of similar to Henry, been on the team a while and kind of been a leader for a while, even if he wasn't the captain. And he wasn't the captain this year. but it didn't matter because he was going to be, just as deadly on the field as everyone else. And even though you might not think of him first, you should be. You can see he is one of the most dangerous players on the field. Just kind of being a threat, legs, arms, catches, throws, whatever. He's going to do everything. And so the Silent Assassin Award goes to Xander. All right. So in baseball, there are players who, baseball, they got this big minor league system, so they see him coming a while away. They see, okay, that guy, that's a 5-tool player. And I have no idea what that means in baseball. But I assume it means they have a lot of different skills. And so this player, I think, really fits that bill for us. We've seen him coming a while. We knew he was going to be someone who, when he joined high school, whatever he did, he was going to be good at it. And those can be hard expectations to fill, but he's done a spectacular job of stepping up and being a leader in his play and being a leader with just kind of his being a great teammate. And I don't think there's anyone no coach in this league, no coach in the state that wouldn't instantly trade any player for this player. And so kind of for meeting those expectations and exceeding those expectations, just the all-everything award goes to Sarge. All right. This is another 5-tool player on our team. None of those tools are related to Ultimate. But this person is clearly incredibly skilled and a very strong, athlete and entertainer. I wish we got to see more of him, but when you're this good at so many things, sometimes you just gotta step away from the field and do your singing and dancing, music playing, whatever it is you do that you're not at practice. But the 5-tool music player award goes to Aaron. No, there's one that's missing. This one, I think it fell off. No, I remember what it was. Okay. So this one, it fell off, but you'll just have to trust me. There are some players on this team who, when we at the beginning of the season talked about, we want to really use our legs to move the disc down the field. We're not going to try to outthrow teams, we're just going to outwork teams. And so this player really took that to heart. And every time they threw the disc, they thought, I'm going to go get it back. I'm going to go outwork my guy, and I'm gonna get this disc back. And so I was trying to think of players like that, in other sports. And I was like, boy, who else likes to take over games? Kobe Bryant.
Yep.
So the Kobe Bryant Award for trying to touch the disc every other pass goes to Max Edmond. Yeah. All right. And this one, last one. Oh yeah, one more after this. This is a player who, regularly showed up and was just kind of ready to do whatever we asked of him. I think it was a harder year for this player than he maybe hoped, just because a lot of the time we were asking him to kind of do things that maybe he thought wasn't his strength, but we thought they were strength, and it was what the team needed. And you know, sometimes those situations can go a lot of different ways. Some people, when you tell them, "Hey, I know you want to do this, but we're going to have you do this," you know, they don't kind of respond as positively. But that wasn't the problem here. Maybe he didn't, but he did to me. I only heard nothing but positivity, and and for me that was important. You know, as the coach, I knew that when I went up to this player, I was going to get him. I was going to get the response I wanted, and he was going to try his best at whatever I wanted him to do. And kind of through the season, I kind of gave him the chance to do what he wanted to do on the field. And so the just put me in coach, I'll do whatever you want award goes to Harrison.
Didn't mean to thank you. It's like a new thing that young people recently watch you.
All right, Mark has one.
Alright, mine's gonna be a little different just because I think this one we know who's going to. Can I wear a hat, Toby? I feel like I need to put my hat on for this. So. This gentleman, this goes to you, Sam Packard. I'll look at the camera while looking at it. To me, you were Mr. Coachable, Mr. Questions. You would always ask questions. That's something that as coaches love. You'd always come up to us during if it is during a game or if it's during practice, you come up and ask, hey, what can I do better with this? And that makes coaches very, very happy. It means you're listening. It means you're trying to put in the work, and that is huge. I always recognize Packard out there because he's always got the hat on, so I knew where he was at in the field. He was also always repeating. That's something about him. If somebody said, "Yeah, let's go, guys," he would say, "Yeah, let's go, guys." And you need guys like that to really echo things that are said. So I would guess he's going to be Mr. Echo. Packard, get better. It's you.
All right, we have a few things for you guys too. We wanted to recognize you guys for a great season, and I know we all really enjoyed playing under you guys. So I don't really know all that we have for you.
We got you some pants and a sweater.
We have some Seattle. We should have gotten him some grills. Anyway, we also have two other things. And we also have two signed water bottles. Which color do you guys want? And there's gift cards inside here. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
There's a dessert already. You guys want to